We are back with questions tonight about the CDC's recent guidelines for mask wearing at kids' summer camps. The guidance says anybody older than 2 should wear a mask except when eating or swimming, and that kids should be kept 3 feet apart, even outdoors, or 6 feet when they don't have masks on.
So some have questioned the recommendations since the CDC last month loosened the guidance on masks when outside. The Today Show's Savannah Guthrie asked White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci about all this.
You're right. The CDC makes decisions based on science. They will continually reevaluate that. You're right. It looks a bit strict, a bit stringent, but that's the reason why they keep looking at that and trying to, reevaluate on literally in real time whether or not that's the practical way to go.
Some experts have gone as far to call those rules cruel and irrational. The editor-in-chief of the leading pediatric journal said, quote, "Keeping children masked for activities like baseball and tennis is ridiculous."
Yeah, we'll continue to follow that and see if there are any changes that are made, especially if those 12 to 15-year-olds get vaccinated. But moving on, as more and more Americans are returning to the workforce, one group is kind of taking another route. It turns out a lot of baby boomers are choosing early retirement.
Some say it is because of COVID health concerns. Others were laid off and aren't finding great job prospects out there at the moment. But there's also a third category that may surprise you. NBC News senior business correspondent Stephanie Rule has been looking into that.
Of people who have spent the last year, like most of us, largely at home and have decided maybe it's time to travel to get to that bucket list. And they can because of what we've seen in the last year: increase in personal savings, a soaring stock market, and an increase in home prices. Many people in this category now have an increased financial cushion, and they've decided to call it quits.
I think it's really interesting, Kate, because during the pandemic, we talked so much about the economic crisis that went along with it, right? But that was for people who lost their jobs, or maybe, their business, went under, that kind of thing. But for a lot of people, they didn't lose their job. They continued to work. They continued to make money. They got some of these stimulus payments along the way. If they were invested, in many cases, the stock market was doing really well. So as Stephanie said, some of those people are in great financial shape now.
Well, I think there's a different mindset too. I think a lot of people over the last year sort of said, all right, if I slow down, what do I really need to live, and what do I really want, and what do I want my life to look like? So I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, people were able to save money. I mean, I didn't take any vacations during the pandemic. Think of the money you save.
Yeah, and if you want to retire early, Michael, coming up tonight on NBC Nightly News, right after our 6 o'clock news, we'll have some info for you on that.
I kind of wonder if we'll ever get to retire, Kate.
Don't talk like that.